Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Welcome to Farming on the Rocks. Welcome to 2024 officially. Just yesterday it was 2023 and it's already 2024. And to make it worse, it's the second week in January, believe it or not. So I thought my name is Marie if you're new here. And this here is a part of my container garden. And myself and my garden, we're located in Kingston, Jamaica. I thought that I would just look back at 2023. And then when I said, but you guys were with me, so why not look back with you? So what I did was I went through my catalog of pictures and videos. And I was like, how do I figure out which one of my plants did the best when I love all of them? Well, what I eventually did, I didn't select these top 10. I will be sharing with you the top 10 plants, vegetables in my garden. And these weren't selected based on just the sheer quantity of produce that I got from them, but also their ability to adapt and to do well in the environment that we currently exist in, which is total rocks. And I predominantly garden in containers, so their ability to adapt to the extreme heat that is generated from the rocks that we farm on, and also their ability to thrive and survive in containers only. These 10, they are not the only plants or veggies that provided us with food or produced for that matter, but they were the top 10 that did the best given the conditions that they are in. We also planted tons and tons of other vegetables. I experiment with new things. I planted turnips. I got a lovely turnip from my last crop that I planted. I planted cucumbers. They did well, not so well. It was a total roller coaster for me and this garden for 2023. But even though I had extreme highs and extreme lows, I still was able to get something from my garden every single day, and I am grateful. And in the same way that you reward yourself or your child or any family member or friend for that matter when they do well, I am going to highlight those 10 vegetables that did extremely well given the circumstances. I also planted eggplants. I planted sweet potatoes. For the first time, I planted sweet potatoes and I was able to harvest. Some persons might say it's a very small harvest, but for me, it was super. And I made a potato pudding from those sweet potatoes. I also tried rainbow carrots. I usually plant regular carrots. They do all right, but not so well. But I still got carrots from them, but the rainbow was a record low. The rainbow carrots did not do well. I'm not sure if I will plant those again. All right, so let's jump into it. At number 10, I have ginger. No, I saw my parents planting ginger in the country, but I've never planted it before, and I've never seen it planted in my growing up. I've never seen it planted in containers. I've seen it now that I'm on YouTube. I see other gardeners plant it in container, and I was just thrilled with my result. I was just too thrilled with my result, and I still have ginger growing from that same batch that I took these from, and I am now planting more so that I can get for this year 2024. I hope to have an even bigger harvest. So my ginger I was so proud of. Number 9 is okra. Now, when I was a child, my first plant growing up was a pumpkin. My mother gave me the seed to plant and it did so well. And the second thing she gave me to plant was okra. And I planted and it produced like crazy. So when I came here and I started my garden, one of the first things I planted was okra. And man, was it a success. Extreme success. Up until now, I am now experimenting with containers because I had backed around an area and placed soil in there, but I didn't plant it in a container. The area was contained, so to speak, but was not in a container. Now I have them in 5-gallon buckets and they're starting to produce already. So we're extremely proud of our okra production for 2023. Number 8 is beetroot. Now I planted 2 varieties last year. I planted the Detroit red and also I think it was the dark red. I will put the names on the screen if I'm saying it wrong, but I planted 2 varieties and both did exceptionally well. I plant those both in raised bed. I planted some in my bathtub and I also planted some in some oil bottles. All of them did well and we got to make lovely juice from them, and I plan on planting more this year because I need to experiment with more recipes. I also use them to make salads. We eat them raw just like that. We just grate them and eat them just like thread them just like carrot. So my beetroot, they did exceptionally well. That was number 8. So number 7 is pak choy. Now, not only do we love this vegetable, but also the fact that it comes so quickly. In weeks, you're able to harvest it and it's extremely adaptable to the heat that we endure. We have summer-like condition for the entire year in Jamaica. And my summer is a little bit hotter than some persons because we have no buffer on the ground. The sun hits the stone, the heat rises, and it's just hot. So for the pak choy, and it's amazing because it's such a high water content vegetable. You'd think it wouldn't do well, but it does exceptionally well in the heat. It might look a little quilted during the days, but as soon as the day cools down, it just fluff up and looks so amazing, and we're able to harvest them every single day. So I thoroughly enjoy growing pak choy, and why not grow something that your entire family loves to eat? So yes, pak choy, and I plant several varieties. Whichever one I go to the supermarket and I see, I am buying that seed and I am going to plant it. Number 6, cabbages. Tell me you like planting cabbages as much as I do. So when I started the garden, I thought about what we bought most at the market and the supermarket. What we purchase every single time we go to the market, and one of those things are cabbages. I never go to the market and not purchase cabbage unless they really look bad or it's not in season. So that's one of the things that I look at when starting the garden. I wanted to plant things that we use a lot of, and that's cabbage. I planted both red and green, and for the early part of the year it did so well. What happened is, as it eats up in the summer and we got some rain, we got a lot of pest pressure on those. So many aphids and cabbage worms and so on. But even with that, I removed most of the damaged leaves of some of them and they just continue to produce for me. Why not plant something that you enjoy? And if I plant it and I enjoy it, I'm going to fight until the last day to ensure that we get something to eat from that. When I remove a plant from the garden, I can't do any better. So cabbages, the green, the red, they weren't attacked early by the pests. They just seemed to ignore them, both worms and aphids. But after the green ones were destroyed, they started attacking the purple one as well. And we just fought, and we got what we got from it. So we enjoyed those cabbages. Number 5 is callaloo. Now, if you have been following my journey, you would have known that callaloo was the reason I restarted this garden. I told the story a couple months ago where I had gone to the market to purchase callaloo and it tasted of chemical. I'm not going to go in depth with it because I already told the story. Tasted of chemical, my son didn't want it, blah. And then my husband encouraged me to restart the garden because I had it before and it was destroyed by pests and I just didn't bother. And that's how I restarted the garden, by planting callaloo. Now when I planted the green callaloo, I started collecting more containers and I had empty containers and I didn't know what to plant next. So I went on Instagram scrolling where in Kingston can you buy seedling, and I came across this shop. It wasn't a shop, they were just doing something. They were selling seedlings and I saw the red callaloo and I said to my husband, that looks good, because from what I know, most of these red vegetables, they are highly nutritious. So I said to him, let's go and try it. And he took me, we searched for the place and we found it. And we bought, at that time I saw red callaloo for the first time. And we bought 4 seedlings and took them home, and Caterpillar ate 3 of them. 1 survived. But that one produced so many seeds. I collected those seeds and planted, and I've not been out of red callaloo since. I enjoy it. I'm not going to say more than the green, but we do eat it more than the green. So, and I think I can find some long time video that I did, I think before I started the channel, with me harvesting the first set of green callaloo. Did exceptionally well. It did well last year as well. I am replanting now, but I'm having so much difficulty getting them from seedling to a decent size where I can plant them. They're being eaten at night and I'm not sure by what. I believe it might be cricket, I'm not sure, or worms, I'm not sure. But yes, callaloo has been good, so good for us, both the red and the green. Number 4 is lettuce. We're coming down to number 3. I promise you, number 3, 2 and 1, both quantity and I'm not even sure. Let's wait until we get to that. Lettuce is number 4. Now I plant several varieties of lettuce. I planted the green romaine, the red romaine, butter crunch. I planted kales, various type of kales. I planted so many different varieties of lettuce and all of them did well. That right there that you're looking at, right here, that's the red romaine lettuce. And we're eating this every morning. Oh, there is also iceberg over there. My husband's favorite is iceberg. I'm trying to get him to like the others as much, but his favorite is the iceberg lettuce. They have done exceptionally well. Now, I have been told that lettuce is a cool season vegetable. Lettuce love me because the lettuce produces during the cool season, during the summer, right? It just looks really sad during the days, but it's about 4 or 5 o'clock now, and at this time they just gets up and opens up. So yes, lettuce, one of my favorite, and it's another thing that once it's affordable, because sometimes buying a pound of lettuce for $800 and when you get home it's not, it floppy as dog. No, I'm not going to buy it. But once it's affordable, when we go to the market, it's something that we always come home with. So I tend to plant a lot of lettuce. We eat it almost every day. It is nutritious. My kids love lettuce. I'm hoping the baby comes to love it as well. So yeah. And another one that I don't have on the list is beans. I have planted so many beans, string bean, the stringless bean, the one I am now testing out, the Kentucky Wonder bean. It is good, but I still prefer my traditional string bean, the one that has no string. That has produced so I don't know how that did not make it on the top 10. Maybe because I can only have 10 on a top 10. But the beans have done exceptionally well as well. Now for my top 3. Pause this video and guess in the comments what is my number 3. I'm waiting. I am waiting. What's my number 3?
3, 2, 1.
Pumpkin and squashes. Number 3. Now I have experimented with some weird foreign pumpkins. I failed at pumpkins. I succeeded at pumpkins. I am loving my pumpkin journey. Now I just have one puny looking one growing. I am going to show you what that looks like. But I will be planting more. Now is the time to plant my pumpkins in order to get very abundant harvest during the summer. Pumpkins love the extreme heat. They might look droopy during the day, but they produce nonetheless. My squashes, oh my god, zucchini. I planted both green and the yellow zucchini, and both did so well. I had one green zucchini plant right behind me here in a tire, and I got zucchini. When I just started the channel, I did huge harvests on a Sunday, and every single Sunday I was able to harvest from that zucchini plant until it gave up the ghost. So many. And then I got the yellow seed, and I got some of the most beautiful, so pretty, vibrant color yellow zucchinis. I thoroughly enjoy those in the garden. I'm going to think I have one coming presently, and it is starting to produce. And I also have one green. I learned from those that I planted last year that I should plant one plant at a time, because they produce like crazy. Now I'm going to plant more because the worms enjoy those plants. And a thing that attacked my zucchinis last year, what was it, vine borers. You might have a lost zucchini plant today and tomorrow it's dead. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to plant in succession. So if I lose a plant, then I won't be too sad because I have one coming. So after I do this video, I'm going to do some revamping of the garden, and then I'm going to replant a lot of stuff that I currently have growing, that I need to know that if one dies, then I have another one, because I really enjoy zucchini. It's extremely delicious, stir-fried. I cook it in soups. It's yummy, both the green and the yellow. What else did I plant as well? Butternut squash. That sweet. It is like a cross between sweet potato and pumpkin. Right in the middle there. I absolutely enjoyed, and they come quickly, produce quickly, so you're able to get a lot of little. And mine, they were so little and cute, and we get so much from one plant. It was amazing. And I also planted some pumpkins that I got from England. I don't know, I think somebody told me that one was Cinderella pumpkin. They were so pretty, And I think one of them, they were just for decoration, and I tried to eat it, but that type of pumpkin is not from. It's like a mix between zucchini and pumpkin. It's extremely watery and light in color. I like when my pumpkin is bright yellow or orange and thick, dense. Not, no, I didn't enjoy that one, but chances are it was a decorative pumpkin. That was the first thing we sold from our garden as well. We got one wheelbarrow of pumpkin at one point. We harvested that old wheelbarrow and we took it to our friend and he sold it for us. I got money for my pumpkin. That was the first thing I think the only thing I've ever sold from this garden. Everything else I just give it to friends and family. Yes, so pumpkin is number 3. Number 2, I'm gonna give you the chance to guess again. Press that pause button, go to the comment, and guess what number 2 is. Oh, I know you guessed right. Put that timestamp and say what you think number 2 is. I'm waiting. Number 2 is corn. 2023 should be renamed corn year in my garden. Now I planted several varieties of corn, several varieties of sweet corn and regular garden corn. I call it farm corn, regular corn. It is not sweet, it's just corn. And they produce all of them. This is the 3rd set of corn that I'm planting in this raised bed. And look at them already. I helped to pollinate my corns, so I'm not sure if that is the reason why they produce so well. But my regular corn, I got ears as long as air. Extremely long, full ears of corn. Now I planted regular sweet corn. I planted them along the roadway first, just to try to see if they would come in the heat in my environment, and they did not disappoint at all. My sweet corns, they produced so well. I also planted peaches and cream, and oh my god, those were the best tasting. I believe they literally taste like cream when you cook them. I don't know how to explain it, and they're pretty. They have white and yellow grains. When they started, they did all sort of funny things, and I was not expecting anything from them. Basically, where what's that called, the tassel is, the corn was up there on some of them, and where the corn is supposed to be, there is nothing. I don't know, the corn migrated up to the tassel. So I really didn't expect anything, but then I saw a few of them started to put in on ears. So I went and I searched for corns that had pollen up there on the tassel and pollinated them and just watered them and wait to see what happened. Oh my god, those were some of the most amazing ears of corn that I harvested from this garden. So beautiful, right behind there where I added the last raised bed. And I think I planted those corns with you. Yes, I did. So yeah, number 2, can you guess what number 1 is? Can you guess? I'm waiting. Same story here. Pause, press that time tag, press the timestamp. I'm waiting. What's number 1? Just a hint. This is a hint right here. Can you see that? Number 1 is peppers. My peppers this year. This is another thing that we use every single day, whether it's the sweet peppers or the hot peppers. We use peppers every day. No, for my Scotch bonnet peppers, when I go to the supermarket and I look at the package and it says Scotch bonnet pepper, and I purchase it and take it home, you can literally bite those peppers as though it's sweet pepper. On a Sunday, I would like for my neighbors to smell my rice and peas due to how flavorful my Scotch bonnet pepper is, alongside my coconut milk. When I put those peppers in my rice and peas, I can't smell a thing. So I hate buying peppers. So my first pepper plant, my neighbor had a red Scotch bonnet, and he gave us a whole bag, a whole ton load. And I planted one of them. I sowed the seed and I got a whole heap of suckers. Anyway, I took out some and I planted. But then it is good, but it is hot. It has a little flavor, but it's nowhere near what the yellow Scotch bonnet pepper tastes like. So I went somewhere and I saw the Scotch bonnet pepper and I begged one, and I took it home and I planted the seeds, and voila, from there until then I have yellow Scotch bonnet pepper. Now the brown one, a friend of my daughter gave me some, and I said, no man, I remember this chocolate pepper from country, too good. And I sowed the seeds, hence I have brown Scotch bonnet or habanero, whatever it is called. We call it chocolate pepper. It's extremely hot and it has some flavor to it as well. So I have a mix of hot pepper in the garden that we thoroughly enjoy. Now my sweet peppers. Bell peppers, I went to my supermarket and I bought a mixed pack of bell pepper, and I planted the seeds from all of them, yellow, orange, and red. Yes, and I planted all of them, and I got the yellow pepper. I had it in the garden early in the year last year, and the plants died, and I don't know how I lost the yellow peppers. I have to find a way to get back those yellow bell peppers, because they're lighter in flavor than the red, and they're sweeter than the red to me. Same for the orange, but I still have an orange one that I am struggling with, and I'm trying to multiply that plant. So it has a few fruits on it now. I'm going to try and get more in the garden, because I bought the rainbow pack and all that came from it was the red. That's it for bell peppers. No, I have another hot pepper, cayenne pepper. Yes, why I bought cayenne pepper? We enjoy, my husband, he does not like black pepper. Says that is not good for men. So I give him cayenne pepper on his meals, and time to time I sprinkle it on my food. So we enjoy it, and we use a lot of cayenne pepper. So I decided I'm going to get the seeds and plant, and so I have tons of cayenne pepper growing in the garden all over now, and I plan to learn on making my own flakes or powder from those. And I recently planted hot jalapeno peppers. I'm yet to try that one. So moving on, back to sweet peppers. My jalapeno pepper, I have the mild. I refer to that one as sweet pepper because I can literally just eat that one. Eating it is non-existent to me. I'm not sure if it's because I'm used to the hot pepper. I also have banana peppers. Let me see if I'm leaving out any peppers, because banana peppers, they are my favorite. So I'm saving those for last. Right, I believe that's the last type of pepper that I have, and this is my very first banana pepper plant that I planted, and it was right here. I moved it back so that my celery could enjoy the space at the front because they're getting really big. So yes, my banana peppers, and I love those because you can just snack on it. It literally tastes like a fruit. I use it to tame my cayenne pepper pickle. I did make a cayenne pepper pickle, and I share that as well. You can check that out on my channel. It tames the heat in the cayenne pepper pickle, and I use that to eat fish. I put it on jerk chicken, jerk pork, anything like that. I just, if I'm cooking chicken and I smell a little rawness coming from it, I just pick up a spoon of the cayenne pepper pickle along with the juices that are in there and just pour it on my chicken, and the rawness evaporates. It is amazing. And I'm going to make some more of that soon because I have an abundance of banana peppers at the minute. An abundance. Yes, so those are my top 10 veggies that did extremely well given the conditions that they are planted in. I have no soil, as you might know by now. I plant in anything that can hold soil. Bottles, tires, boxes, basins, bath pan, anything I back around areas and I plant in there and they produce. So I am grateful and I'm sharing that with you. Also as an encouragement for you, you might not be able to have a huge space. This is my herb garden and it's literally 2 by 4, a piece of 2 feet by 4 feet thing that I put here, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 containers on there that has a variety of stuff: peppers, celery, basil, flowers, garlic, all sorts of stuff that is just a 2 by 4 area that I made right here. So you're able to plant something for yourself. If you're thinking of starting a garden, think of what you buy most. Research if it will grow in your area, and if it will, plant 1 or 2, and that, I promise you, that harvest that you get from the first one will encourage you to plant more, because that is what happened here. I did not intend on having, it's not a big garden, but it's a good sized garden that produces a lot of food for me. If you should check out my playlist for harvesting, I was going through it and I was so amazed. A friend of mine over here, she said that I should have documented the weight and the amount of stuff that I harvest for 2023, because I would surprise myself the amount of money we save by just growing a garden. And all I did was started by planting some callaloo, because my family enjoyed callaloo on a Sunday morning. So that's the reason for this video, to just show you what is possible in difficult circumstances, because it is not easy. By no stretch of the imagination I am going to let you feel that what I'm doing is easy. Several times I feel like just throwing in the towel and just buy the food, but then when I think about it and the repercussions, I just come out here, go to bed, wake up fresh in the morning and start to water the garden, because I know that it will produce once I take care of it. 2023, so many challenges. This garden died totally at one point. Totally. And I showed it to you. The aphids destroyed everything brassica in here. I wasn't able to water at one point, and when I checked it 1 week later, everything dried up. But then I thought, might as well just try with them, and I trimmed up what I could, I removed what I could, I replenished the soil, I replanted, and I went on my way watering each day. And then look at this, it is back. So it is not easy, I'm not saying it is, but it is worth the hard work. All I'm saying, it is worth it, and I am happy I continued. I am happy I started, because the greatest thing to do is to start. The hardest thing is to start, and the best thing to do is to start, because if you don't, you won't end up with anything near to this. Yeah, so 23 has its extreme highs and extreme lows, but I am grateful. The amount of people who are able to say yes. I got something from her last year, from that garden, And the amount of people who can say, yes, yes, I ate from that garden, it's unbelievable. It is unbelievable. Now I will be doing another video to show the worst 10 or maybe 5, because not all of them did extremely bad. Also the top 10 fruits, because what I shared today, these are just vegetables. I also grow fruits, and I will be sharing those in a separate video, because this video would be far too long if I should share the fruits. I have a lot of fruits growing as well, so I will be sharing those soon in another video. All right, so thank you so much for joining me today. I appreciate each and every one of you who journeyed with me through 2023 and bright and early 2024 year with me again. For those who just joined the family, welcome to our family. And this is I don't have words to explain my gratitude for you joining this family, because social media is such a big space, and if you're able to stop by and give me a little of your time, then I need to appreciate you, and I do. Thank you so much for being here at Farming on the Rocks. I appreciate all of you guys. Now I know there are some of you here that have not yet subscribed. Please go ahead and press that subscribe button, and also the notification bell, so you will be notified once I post another video. Please like, share, leave a comment, share with your friends, because if you like my videos, chances are they will like them too. All right, thank you. Bye bye.